Matt, let's go back to Tuesday night briefly to start. Have everyone come through that one okay?
Yeah, everyone came through fine. And obviously that was a big kind of outcome that we wanted at the start of the game. In that, I think we make 8 changes on the night. We wanted everyone to play. We wanted every one of them to play as much as they could, as many 90 minutes as we could. Because it's only going to help us. It's only going to help us going forward. So that was really positive from that sense. Everyone came through okay, and then the guys that then came on to the game, that they came through it okay as well. So more valuable time on the pitch, more valuable time with relationships, getting ready for the next games. So yeah, everyone came through fine. That was good.
Those that are recovering, Brandon Comley, Jamie Jellish, Josh Gordon, they all seem to be stepping up their rehabilitation, getting themselves ready to go again.
Yeah, you were here today, see what them guys were doing. Joshy, we're probably trying to slow Josh down a little bit at the minute because he's firing and he's really wanting to progress. So that's good, and obviously we'll take our time to where he needs to be. He's still a little bit off, but he's progressing nicely, so that's great. Brandon, I think I mentioned it in the other press the other day, the media press. He's probably a little bit ahead of where we maybe thought he might have been. Now it's just a case of getting him his mask fitted, and however long that takes. So physically we've got to keep working him to make sure he's right, but because of the nature of the injury, it's not one that he has to stop doing what he does. Just got to be careful of any more impacts whilst the bone heals there. So we need to get him a mask fitted to enable him to move out, to, play on for us, and that takes its time as well. So we're just going through the process of that. And Jamie looks good. So Jamie's he's out there today. Every chance he'll be in contention for Saturday.
I think last week as well you mentioned that Priestley was going to see a specialist as well. How's he getting on?
Yeah, so rubbish news for him in the sense of the initial news of that it was another tear in the same area that he had. We're gutted for him because of the nature of how far along with his rehab that he was. Already you're starting to think about him, being back in to things, and he was just starting to integrate into the group. So that's a real shame, and we're gutted for him. But I suppose as these things are now, we've all moved on from it, and he's moving forward with it, and now he knows what we're going to do with that. It'll be an extra couple of months from where he was. We're not going to go down the surgery route. Be an extra couple of months from what we thought it might be, but he still has that target being back, affecting things at the back end of the season. So that's the target that we're placing on P. A measure of the man, me and him the other day were chatting, obviously knowing what the situation was, knowing that now it's just a little bit more delayed, and we're talking, Priestley was talking to me about, but what can I be doing in the meantime? How can I be helping? How can I be affecting things even though I'm not playing, which again is a measure of who he is and what we want, and from that he'll be helping with defending stuff, and I really want his expertise in areas during the game where we can come down and we'll have a chat during stuff like that. So as I say, just another example of that desire to want to help everybody, and we'll help P as much as we can, and he's doing exactly the same for everyone else.
And that helps the group as well, having everybody want to help each other, whether they're on the pitch or off the pitch. That can help the squad's development, can't it?
Yeah, too right, it can. It can only help the squad's development. I think there's those examples, and there's been loads over the season, and some of them you see on the pitch, some of them you don't see on the pitch. And Priestley before has done meetings for us and taken the back 3 unit stuff. Josh has done meetings with the strikers and done stuff on that whilst he's been out, and for me that's just continually not wanting the guys that aren't playing at the moment to feel that they're detached from it, but more than that they want to be part of it. They don't want to be anywhere else but with the group. So again, using that as an example for Priestley, it's that selflessness of he could, if he really wanted to, feel sad for himself, and there's not a bone in his body that's feeling that. He's just how can I help the group? He's moved on from the fact that the setbacks happened, and now we move forward again to get the rehab and him back, targeting the end of the season for us, then final couple of months of the season, which again is a big focus for him moving forward now. And I'll just repeat, Mark of the man that one of his first thoughts was, how can he help when he's not playing?
cup action on Tuesday night, back into league action on Saturday. It's our final home game before Christmas. There's been plenty of those coming up to it. We welcome Barrow this weekend, and as we always say, it's another tough test, even though they're probably not in the form that they'd like to be.
Yeah, I mean, they had the opportunity to taken away from them at the weekend with the game that was postponed. So they'll come into it fresh, ready to go, looking forward to the challenge. I know Stephen from my time at Blues, and he's a top coach, top person, really experienced. Obviously spent a lot of time with Steve, and now he's forging his own way in his career, and the top bloke really is that he's just a top bloke and a top person. So look forward to seeing him. And in terms of them, they've got really well experienced team. Started the season like a train, and we'll want to be getting back to that. So it's another really tough game against a really good team, full of really good experienced players at the level. And going about things the way that their manager wants to put them out. So under no illusions what a tough game it's going to be.
We've seen the support that we've had at home, and to keep coming back again and again in the build up to Christmas. It's an expensive time for everybody, but the support, we've mentioned it on a number of occasions, has been absolutely superb, and again we're going to need them this weekend, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things I want to touch on with that this weekend in particular. Obviously it's the last home game before Christmas, which seems a bit mad. It feels like Christmas just shoots upon you, doesn't it? So we're talking about the last home game before Christmas, but we've had so many games, home and away, and the supporters have followed us up and down the country this season, this year. They just do, and of course there's the financial implications to that, I recognise, are huge. But you keep coming out in your numbers, and you keep coming out and making a racket, and please, more, please, as many as you possibly can. And we've, always the caveat of I understand the cost of things, but we just, want to egg on the fact of how much it means to us. And then as a club this weekend, so to finish with that, wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and look forward to seeing everyone after Saturday, on Boxing Day. But for the few things that are going on at the club, we got the Supporters Trust toy appeal in aid of Walsall Manor Hospital, and we'll be going there next Thursday to give to them the presents that we've collected and the donations that we've collected. So in caveat, and additionally to that, the amount that people are paying for out of their pockets to be with us, to be our supporters, just want that little bit of extra for some guys that maybe would really benefit, a tough time for them and their families. So please, if you can bring as many donations as possible, toys and that side, that'd be amazing. And then alongside that, another call for help, if you like, it's the club's food appeal. Yeah. The food bank appeal. So that's run by the club, and anything that you can bring, tins, packets, anything like that, please, donations, that will go to another good cause of the football club. And I'm reeling them off because what a football club we have, they're desperate to help our local community, and us as players and staff will be out there helping as much as we can in presenting the things to guys. So just for me, it's that real thanks of what the club do, and we're just all pulling together in the same direction, trying to move forwards. And these examples this weekend, Christmas coming up, games that you've been there for us. Please, I'm going to keep saying, please, can we have more? But don't for 1 second think that we take for granted and don't appreciate the support and everything everyone gives for us.